afternoon, YouTube. We're going to take a look at the WinBridge WB006 lapel wireless amplifier. Okay, so there's the main unit there. Our lapel, push and hold for the power to come on. And voila, we are live there. Same deal here, push and hold. Now, I did make one error when I found some problems with this unit, and that was the volume control. Turns out volume for the amplifier is controlled by the mic. The amplifier volume up and down is controlled from using a either a Bluetooth device or like your phone, or when you play a USB stick with MP3s on it. Okay, there's a USB-C on this, same as this USB-C for charging. They give you a 2-in-1 charger, type A to 2 type C's, and of course you got your waistband / strap. Anyways, at least they're keeping up on the quality of the straps. That's good. However, they did write me back and about all the problems, and we have audio issues. It sounds horrible. You're going to need a really huge bottle of Tylenol handy, or Advil, or whatever it is you used for your headaches. That, or maybe something stronger, because within about 2 minutes it's going to split your skull in half with how bad the sound is out of this, which you're about to hear more of. It's also a very bad delay between the transmitter and the receiver being the amplifier. Okay? And I made mention of all these things. Now, like I said, the only bad thing that I had on my part was maybe I should have read the instructions a little bit further for how the volume is controlled. But all their other wireless systems have never had this till now. So that's what you get for assuming certain things in life. And hey, I can make mistakes, but we got a correction, right? This review may end up losing me my sponsorship with them. And I've been working with them for a few years now, actually, and quite a few of their units. None as worse as this. Nothing has ever been as bad as this. In fact, I did have one defective unit before, and they replaced it, and the new unit was perfectly fine. So we knew we got a bad one. This time I was also saying, maybe we got a defective unit here, something's just not right, okay, with all these problems. So this time they didn't replace. In fact, what they did was they wrote me back this, and this is their words. Thank you for your sincere feedback regarding the WB006 voice amplifier. I completely understand your concerns, and I'd like to provide some additional context to address the points you've raised. The sound quality of the WB006 voice amplifier is indeed different from traditional models. Okay, different it is, you got that right. As it leverages the latest technology combined with a lapel microphone. Well, that is not true. The latest technology has 0 latency pretty much. Okay, I mean, the human ear can't detect the modern day stuff. Even the old stuff from way back in the day. And I've been doing audio equipment for a long time, okay? I'm a little over a half a century old, okay? However, I've been working with electronics since I was like a wee little gaffer, all right? So I know this stuff inside and out, forwards and backwards when it comes to anything tech. And especially once I dive into it more, because obviously even I made a mistake, but that's okay. So, the primary focus of the WB006 is convenience. Oh, so not quality. Ah, okay. And portability, which may result in sound quality not being as pronounced as with other more conventional devices. WinBridge, all your other devices have way better sound quality than this horrifying thing that splits my head open. This design is aimed at providing a compact, easy-to-use solution for on-the-go professionals who need reliable amplification without compromising comfort. Okay, what about people being able to understand them, though? That's where we have a key problem here. Nobody's going to be able to understand what the hell you're even saying. Okay, they're going to need like some kind of a decoder chart. Okay, and that's not even Klingon, okay? I mean, that's some other freaking alien species, right? Klingon's easier to understand. Anyways, yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. So, as for the issue with the volume control plus bottom on the transmitter. Okay, see, I wasn't talking about the transmitter. I was talking about the amplifier. So you mentioned the transmitter. That kind of clued me in. Wait a second. Something's weird. I mentioned amplifier, not transmitter. So that's where I looked more further in detail. So I finally actually studied the entirety of the manual. Usually I never even have to, but this time apparently I did. Okay, all right, so designed to have 3 preset volume levels, low, medium, and high. And definitely turned on high from default. Anyways, due to the nature of this design, the volume change between these levels may seem subtle. Okay, correct. And the main volume adjustment should be made via the host unit. So the host is the lapel or the host is the amplifier? No specific, just a host unit. I mean, I might be blonde, but I'm not a stupid blonde. I'm actually a genius. Sorta. Anyways. My point is when you word something, you have to be careful how you word it so that everybody can understand. It's kind of like layman's terms, right? I'm going to say transmitter and amplifier. Okay, he's talking transmitter and host unit. Host unit confuses anybody. They don't know what the hell the host unit is. For all we know, this could be the host unit, but it turns out, yeah, this is not the host unit. That's the host unit. But yet at the same time calling it a transmitter. You get to pick one. Choose. Anyways. So this ensures more precise control, especially for users in environments where adjustments are needed quickly. Okay, so therefore, that now explains that this is the host unit. We clip it on to our shirt. The controls are on the right side of the unit, so pretty easy to get at with your thumb, with your left hand, or your finger here with your right hand. Take your pick. I'm a left-handed person by nature. Anyways, so let's continue on though. I truly value your insights and would love for you to showcase the strengths of the WB006. I gotta find some first. Particularly its ease of use and versatility of the lapel microphone. Okay, look, it's wireless. Yay! One of the other headsets they last sent me was also wireless. It was a headset, or you could unclip the mic and go, hey, look, I'm talking into the mic this way. Ha ha ha. Okay, it worked 2 different ways. Still convenient. It's on your head or it's in your hand, whatever. This is on your neck or your belt or whatever, right? It's close enough that you can talk through and you're audible, okay? Anyway, while the audio quality may not compare to larger, more robust systems, well, that's the thing. A lot of the amps that they send me, these amplifier things, the amps are generally around this size, might be a little bit bigger, but not by much, or it could be the exact same thing, and yet they sound better than this thing does. This thing's horrible. I'm afraid to even plug an MP3 stick into this thing because I pretty much split my head open just trying to use this thing for like less than 2 minutes. It's like, God help me for trying to play an MP3 or hook my phone into it. Anyways, where were we? Yeah, the convenience and portability of the WB006 are key features that could be highlighted in your review. I believe that by focusing on these strengths, your audience would appreciate the unique value of the product. Well, how about the fact it is a unique product for sure, but the value is way overpriced. They want $79.99 right now, and that's normally $99.99. And it's like, holy cow. You want too much for garbage here. I understand if you're not completely satisfied with the audio quality, but I would greatly appreciate if you could highlight the product's other unique selling points in your review. Your perspective is incredibly important to us. Yeah, I understand that because I actually know what I'm talking about, and they know that. They've had other people review their products, by the way, and I've checked out those videos, and I wouldn't give those people any credibility whatsoever for any kind of knowledge. The fact that they know how to breathe, I'm impressed. Okay, that's how bad those reviews were. Okay, anyways, so your perspective is incredibly important to us, and it would be wonderful to have more people experience the practicality and features. Okay, there are some practicalities of this, and there are some neat features to it, but if they don't work properly, how can I recommend the unit? I can't. If you need to keep a constant supply of Tylenol or, I don't know, some other very powerful drug to get rid of your migraines, how is that a selling point here for you? Okay? I'm not exaggerating this either. Just wait for it. Thank you for your consideration. I truly hope you will continue with your review video. Oh, I'm gonna, because you told me you were not going to send me another one by the looks of things. We're committed to making improvements, and your insight could play a key role in helping us refine the product. Now, keep in mind, I got a unit from them once before that was clearly defunct. They replaced it. I tested it thoroughly. Everything went fine. Thumbs up, okay? Now, I will always tell you the same thing. The rating of the wattage output is not as per advertised. But it's not just them doing it, it's all companies doing it, okay? Because wattage and dB need to go together, okay, in order to create sound. And if you have an extremely low dB, even if you have wattage, you don't have the volume to back it up, which also does create very crappy audio, okay, because of the lack of decibel capability of the amplifier circuits. And that's getting into some technical jargon that the majority of you don't understand and don't want to and don't care to, and I understand that. So, let's get on with this. Here's the unit. We're going to put that right on the table. It's about 2 feet away. Unmute it. Oh. Okay, so this is the sort of thing we're going to get. I'm not sure how well you can even understand me, but I can't really understand myself. And it cuts in and out too quickly, so very bad. The sound going into my ears is so deafening that it's giving me a mild headache starting actually kind of now. That sound frequency of that high pitch is piercing to your skull. At the same time, the quality sounds very, very bad. If I try to talk a little bit slower, you can tell that I'm actually talking more, and I'm done, and by the time this thing catches up. So this is kind of really bad, very garbly. Almost sounds like I'm in a really bad bathroom situation, probably on some other planet. I can't believe this. Okay, let's try and lower the volume. Okay, now this is the lowest volume setting. Okay, now that's actually still very piercing, not as loud. Now, I can't walk, well, I could walk 50 feet away, but they claim almost 50 feet. But I'm going to just walk further away to avoid the feedback, which could be a feedback loop, right? So here I am, I'm about roughly 10 feet away almost, and I'm going to raise the volume up, and I'm going to raise it up, and it's up full blast. Now I'm going to go for a little walk in the apartment and see how bad it gets. So as I'm walking, I don't know what you're going to hear. I may hear something different. I can kind of hear it. I'm in my kitchen right now, and now I'm approaching my bathroom at the back of the apartment, and so I'm in here. Now, I don't know what it sounds like to you, but it still sounds pretty bad to me, although it is loud. I'll give it that. It's still something where we have delay issues. We have a very high-pitched sound that we've never experienced this bad before. Other amplifiers from them work better, but you can still have a hard time making out my words. So you're not entirely sure. So how does this help a professional? A professional, yeah, totally different. Okay? Wow. That was actually quite horrible. Anyhow, this does have a manual microphone plug-in, which I do have a manual headset here. I can grab off the wall, I think, someplace. I know I got something kicking around. You never know. I have so much audio gear still, and I got rid of a lot, and I still got a lot left. Wonder if this one would work. Let's see what happens when we introduce a bit better quality mic piece. This is actually the lapel off of one of my cheaper headsets. Now, this is really bad. This is really bad. We can't even adjust the volume. That's worse. That's really bad. And that's their microphone input. Okay, so that's their microphone input, because it says mic, and well, you heard it for yourselves. You want to spend 80 bucks? You go right ahead. Go flush your money down the toilet. However, I never would. That's why I'm glad I get this stuff for free from sponsors. Yeah. Some of the stuff I've gotten from some companies has been absolutely great. Other stuff, you know. But it kind of varies. I mean, we're going to get known defects, but I just plugged in a straight out dynamic microphone that has no power system to it of any kind, no power amplification, all wired, and I should have been able to even control it from here with a mic input. That should have been controllable from here, but it is not. They've only allowed volume control here for a Bluetooth device like your phone, or the USB-C for music. That's the only way you get to use these volume controls, and that's even according to the manual. Your only control otherwise is the lapel mic. But what happens if our lapel dies? We need a manual mic. We can plug one in, but it was even worse. WinBridge, I know you're watching this video. The answer is no. You need to fix this. Big time. Like, way too many things about it. At least we straightened out the volume thing. Okay, that's actually on the transmitter. But that still does not excuse the lag between the transmitter and the amplifier. You can't have that lag in a professional situation. Not even at amateur hour. You cannot have that. This is not the latest technology. This is technology that pre-existed before the first Bluetooth ever came out, kind of technology Bluetooth, which didn't exist. So therefore, what have we got? Okay, this is like the worst ever I've experienced out of their products, okay? And I've had their headset units before. I've had other ones that were Bluetooth capable, and not a problem. Even plugging in the mic jack, yep, not a problem. And I can control it from the amplifier. This, you have to solely control the volume from here. But how do you do that when this unit's dead? And that's why you switch to a manual headset or a manual lapel. You can't. And it puts it full blast. And it sounds even worse than what this does. And even this sounds bad. That's why I'm afraid to plug a freaking USB stick into that or even hook my phone to it. I think the thing might have a like self-destruct or something. I don't know. But it's bad, okay? So, they want $80? No. How about $0? How about fix it? WinBridge has had much better quality devices in other stuff they've sent me for their portable amps than this. This is like, this, I would be ashamed. They should be ashamed of even getting me to still do this review for you based upon this lousy of a unit that I've even told them ahead of time, okay? But apparently they want me to sell you on the key points, which there are none that are even working properly. So there's nothing I can even say good about this thing really, other than that, well, it's a neat idea, nice concept. Now put it into practical use, fix the problems, clean up the audio. Let's get this Bluetooth thing sorted out properly, because that's bad. And let's get something that people can actually understand a person talking, because you can't with that. They can't understand your speech. You've lost them. I mean, you lose people on a YouTube video after usually 3 to 5 minutes, which a lot of you probably gone by now, but that's fine. I don't care. The point is, you're going to lose somebody after 1 second of trying to hear you say 3 words. You're lost. No professional in their right mind would use this. No amateur would use this. I wouldn't even use it, being this bad. I mean, this is something that if I would have spent money on, I would have sent it right back, and then that's it. I'll go find something that's better for the same kind of money, maybe even less, maybe a couple bucks more. But you know what? This is an embarrassment to the company. And it's an embarrassment to the company to actually still get me to do the review on this when there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say that's going to help make any kind of a sale for this unit. And I don't want to help make a sale for a unit that is clearly a piece of utter garbage. So, and I make no apologies for any of what I've said. So, thank you so much for watching, guys and girls. Hope you got a lot out of this. WinBridge, I know you see the videos anyways because I send you the link. And, well, you know I tell the truth and I tell it straight up and I don't spare anything. I never do, because it's my rep on the line, and I'm sorry, but my reputation is worth way too much to me, and I'm not putting that on the line over this. Not a chance. So, in fact, I wouldn't put it on the line over anything. Anyway, see ya.